I can tell you, this is a true story. I was in Lesotho in Africa, small kingdom, okay? Even the king, they got this PaidaLajin. I love it. And the archbishop, so archbishop got pain for many years on the knees. We did probably 40, 50 minutes, so the pain was gone. And he asked, why it's so effective? I said, because God is the healer. He said, why? I said, because the hardware, software is made by whom? Of course, by God, or the Creator, whatever name you give it. So, when you do PaidaLajin, you are merely activating the system, already designed by God. Okay? Well, that logic is very clear. You just do the simple thing. It's pretty much the same as driving a car. You put the car key in, then the engine starts, right? Isn't that simple? But don't forget, the car maker has made everything for you. Hardware, software. That is the precondition. So here in our body, everything is ready-made. But you have to use it. If you desert it, it never works. So we are merely teaching you a simple thing to activate the system. It's like, this is the key. You have to put it in and turn it out. Isn't that simple? But the human beings, again, I would use the word very stupid. Number one, they don't believe it. Number two, see, there are many things they don't do it. Why? They say, oh, it's too complicated. Right? Yeah. Now we've got a simple thing for you. They don't do it. Why? It's too simple. So in one way or another, they refuse to do it. So the only thing they can get is disease. So I often use the word, if you are not sick, if you don't get the disease, even God will disagree. 我说你要是不得病，天理不容。中国话说起来很重。他说你怎么说话这么狠，好像诅咒一样？我说不是，我这首先这天理不是我定的。你非要晚睡，12点还不睡，我说那时候你应该睡觉，你不睡。刚要吃1两饭，你要吃1斤饭，我说那谁真的让你吃热的，你非要吃凉的，这不是我定的。So if as long as you do things along, you know, in agreement with the nature, with the natural law, we are fine. If you're always against the natural law, because this law is made by God, okay, by the Creator. So you have all this disease caused by yourself. So the best solution is also from yourself, your mind here. So here, I would say the so-called disease is all not the disease. They think the mental problem is mental problem. Physical problem is physical problem. The answer from mine, from here, is very clear. They are the same thing. Even the depression problem, the mental problem, psychological problems are the same. They just appear in a different way. So here, we have so many depressed cases. People come here, they just do PaidaLajin. We never give them a talk like a priest or a monk. No, 我们没有那些谈论这些玄妙的大道理. You just do it. So that kind of healing to your heart, to our psychology, that kind of thing will also happen. You see people cry in the workshop. Once they cry, people say, oh, please don't cry. I say, okay, don't stop someone from crying. Just let them go. So they cry, so all the detox will happen. If you do an analysis on the tears, you can see it's a lot of toxins inside. It's different from the normal heavy tears. So you've got heavy tears because of happiness. You've got sad tears, you see. It's different. So in this way, you're not only healing your physical agonies, but all the agonies, because this is one thing. Okay? So now, you have a clear idea. What is Sa? Still someone is asking Sa. 您刚才还在问 Sa 是什么? And Chinese some use the word, 哦，这都是淤青. This is different from the kind of color by clicking or damaging or fighting. That's different. Because this is done purposely by yourself, and the energy is from your positive one. It's full of love. Want to fight? That is with hatred. It's hate. It's different. Or if you have an accident, you fell down, you got some injury somewhere, you got color, that's also different. How do you distinguish them? the pain from accident, from fighting, is much more painful. And also that color will last longer. And here, you got a color, you touch it, it's not that painful at all. Yeah. So it's different. And also if you have, let's say, bronchitis or many problems of the knee, it's slap, of course it's swollen, it's burning, but that kind of pain is only on the skin. Inside you can feel it's warm, the energy is flowing freely. 就是说你比如说膝盖拍完之后，你会觉得很痛，甚至很肿胀，但是它的里面它是温暖的，你已经可以感觉到它的那个痛在消失。Okay. Now you are free to ask questions. Any questions?
Yeah. After this, I had pain in my right eye and then left eye, and then I feel tingling in my hands because it's open meridian.
Yeah. This is what we call healing reactions. This is very good news. In fact, healing reaction is the most difficult concept to be understood by normal people, not even by the Chinese characters, but by the Chinese doctors. Why? Because they appear in a suffering way. Because nobody likes the pain, right? So the logic is on the contrary. The pain, numb, sore, and even worse, like vomiting, insomnia, fatigue, all these things look suffering. Yet, these are the best gift. Why? Because this is healing reaction. That means healing is happening. Again, I would use, let's say I just use the word flushing in the toilet. If it is blocked, the water gets higher and higher. But at that moment, the pressure also gets higher and higher. So once it reaches a certain point, boom, all the water out. Because it's like breaking through. This is why they use the word breaking through. But before the breaking, the pressure will be high. So healing reaction, theoretically, it's easy to understand now. But once you are faced, you face the pain, the discomfort, you're fighting again. Oh, am I getting worse? You always have that question. See, this is a time you have to fully have confidence. I always use one word, okay? One example. Okay, Texas is a land of oil, right? Let's say if there is oil underneath, you dig, there is oil, right? What if there is no oil here? Even if you dig for a whole year, 100 years, there is no oil. So the healing crisis means, or healing reactions means, you dig the oil out. You dig your agonies and diseases out of your body. Why? If there is no such a thing, nothing will appear. So another question is, let's say we got 20, 30 people here. Why do you have this reaction? Others don't have. Others might have other agonies. So they may have other healing reactions. So it's so different. One of the typical reactions is vomiting, nausea. I tell you this is one of the best healing reactions. Oh, congratulations. That's one of the best way for detox. How? See, we have lower part, upper part of the body, if you divide briefly, okay? The lower part, garbage. In the big intestine, it's much easier to be depleted, to be expelled out of your body through the pooping or urination. Yeah, well, the upper part, in the lungs, in the pipelines here, very difficult to get out. So once you have a vomiting thing, that really shows the detox is happening. This is the best. Once in San Francisco, a gentleman from Taiwan, he vomited so much that you can see the shining things. It's like a silver. We said, wow, what is this? It's kind of metal stuff. And he recalled, oh, like 20, 30 years ago, he worked in a chemical factory. So it's a lot of that kind of silver, kind of poisonous stuff got inside. And another thing, a couple, the gentleman, during the workshop, hey, who is smoking? And his wife goes, you are the only smoker here. And he goes, but that's 30 years ago. You see, 30 years, smoking remaining stuff, take it out. And somebody would say, oh, what is that this kind of antibiotic smile? Oh, then he realized he used it for many, many years. Every time he got disease, antibiotics. So all these things, you think they disappear. They never. Once you do this, they get out. So another question might be, you got a sign here? You say detox. Where do they go? Did you ever ask her this question? The signs here. You say detox, but where do they go? Where have they gone? Okay, this is very important. All the exits in our body, they are the passage for detox. Number one, the pores in our skin. It's vaporized. You can even smell it. Just now I said smell it, right? So for you, if you look at